As I began to love myself, I stopped craving for a different life, and I could see that everything that surrounded me was inviting me to grow. Today, I call it maturity. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Imran Kasumba, and I'll be taking you through a series where we learn about mental disorders. Today's video is the third and second last on the depression disorder. I ask that you subscribe to the channel, like, and share this video. In all honesty, this video is the main reason I started this YouTube channel. How to help someone with their respective disorder. We often have someone, be it friends, siblings, parents even, who could have disorders, and due to the lack of knowledge, it's really difficult to approach the subject. The usual response is actually to avoid the whole conversation entirely. That's counterproductive. Depression should be taken seriously. It's the lead cause of suicide, and suicide itself is preventable. It falls back on the community to support those who are in pain. There are multiple ways to help. I've broken it down into a simple process. Eagles taught, however, snakes and. Educate, talk, help, support, and emergencies. Ama naweza tumia Elewa, Tafuta, Huduma, Saidia, Dharura. One must first and foremost learn what depression is. This is to dispel any bias. The better you understand what causes depression, how it affects people, and how it can be treated, the better you'll be able to talk to and help the person that you care about. Try reading on your own first. There are multiple sources of reference online, one of them being this channel. From there, you can ask your loved one about their experience. Depression manifests itself in people differently, so your loved one may have certain symptoms and lack others. Take time to know the different forms depression can take. Learning about depression, especially when you haven't experienced it, makes it easy to find common ground and create a foundation to help your loved one. To begin with, and I can't stress this enough, take it seriously. Don't belittle the condition. Don't make light of it and assume something like a night out will fix it. It's an illness that requires treatment such as medication or therapy. Don't belittle the condition. On the other hand, once you've educated yourself, don't try to be an expert. There's a lot to learn, and even then, each case is different. Become a good listener. Be willing to listen. You can start an honest conversation, and an example on how to start one would be, I have been feeling concerned about you lately, or I wanted to check in with you since you've seemed down. Once you've started the conversation, you can ask open-ended questions. Here are a few that I got from helpguide.org. When did you begin feeling like this? Did something happen that made you start feeling this way? How can I best support you right now? Have you thought about getting help? During such a conversation, there are things that you should definitely avoid saying. Some of them are, everyone goes through tough times. Try to look on the bright side. Why do you want to die when you have so much to live for? Just snap out of it. You should be feeling better by now. God gives his toughest battles to his toughest soldiers. Again, you should avoid saying these. These may seem like harmless statements. However, they are insensitive and belittle the illness that is depression. There are also actions to avoid as well, which include taking things personally, trying to fix them, giving advice, minimizing or comparing experience, and taking a stance on medication. As you continue talking to your loved one, make sure you keep them in the loop. Even though it's unlikely for them to show up to events or activities, make sure you extend invitations to have them feel included. Stay in touch with them. Encourage your loved one to acquire professional help. Professional help can come in the form of counseling, visiting a psychologist, and visiting a psychiatrist. Counseling is found in both hospitals and institutions. The government has been making strides to ensure that the service is available. Mental health practitioners can be found in all major hospitals and other relevant institutions. Once your loved one receives professional assistance, support them in continuing. Psychiatrists may prescribe medication, usually antidepressants, while psychologists facilitate therapy sessions. Encourage them to take their medicine as prescribed and let them know it's for their benefit. However, in some cases, the medicine has drastic side effects. Being patient to find the right medication for them, is part of the process. Still, encourage them to go to their therapy sessions, especially when they don't have the motivation to. Depression is a very difficult illness to combat on your own. Professional help is advised for a smoother healing process. Here, we offer practical help. Depression makes day-to-day tasks seem overwhelming. Some people have messy homes, dirty clothes, and more. You can offer to help with everyday chores. An example is the dishes. If you live with your loved one, you can cover for them to make things easier. If you don't live with them, you can offer to come over and help them do some cleaning together, be it laundry, cleaning the floors, or simple organization. Also, whenever you go shopping, you could always ask whether there's something that they need and drop it off for them. The possibilities are endless. According to mayoclinic.org, you can help create a low-stress environment where you can create a regular routine that may help a depressed person feel more in control. Offer to make a schedule for meals, medication, physical activity, and sleep. When it comes to depression, one should understand the risk of suicide. Depressed people are more likely to commit suicide, and one should prepare for the possibility that their loved one may be suicidal at some point. Warning signs usually appear, and one should therefore learn them and stay alert. Once the signs appear, act immediately. Some of the signs are frequent mood or personality changes, talking about death or dying, purchasing a weapon, increased substance use, risky or dangerous behavior, giving away belongings or giving away treasured possessions, talking about feeling trapped or wanting a way out, pushing people away or saying that they want to be left alone, and saying goodbye with a feeling of finality to it. If you believe your loved one is in immediate risk of committing, do not leave them alone. Call a suicide hotline. In Kenya, there are a couple of hotlines available and clinics with free counseling. They will be described in the description box below. Now that we have learned how to take care of a depressed loved one, it's time to learn how to take care of yourself. It's natural to want to help fix your loved one's depression, but it's impossible to control someone's depression. You must take care of yourself first before trying to help. Collapsing under the pressure of trying to help would end up being counterproductive. You have to ensure your own health and well-being before helping a depressed loved one. After all, you can't pour from an empty cup. In this situation, this is how you take care of yourself. First, you have to speak for yourself. Honest communication goes a long way. It keeps a healthy relationship between you two, and it prevents buildup of resentment and keeps everyone on the same page. Second, set boundaries. You can't let your loved one's depression control your life. To avoid burnout, set clear limits on what you can and can't do for them. Third is to stay on track with your own life. Some changes may occur in your routine, but keep your commitments and plans with others. Chase your own goals still. Lastly, seek support. Talking to someone about going through this tough time is not an act of betrayal. Talk about how you feel instead of what your loved one is going through. Thank you for taking time to listen in. I hope you learned something. Remember, as you're going through this difficult time, to be patient with your loved one. It takes time and effort, but they will be sure to pull through. Remember to also celebrate every success that comes your way. The small wins are what accumulate to full healing, so make sure you savor every win. Take care of yourselves, stay safe.